My name is Eddie Tofpik. I'm Head of Technical Analysis and Senior Markets Analyst at ADM Investor Services International Limited, and here is your daily technical analysis of foreign exchange markets. I'm going to start with the euro dollar. A third bullish white soldier yesterday that simultaneously broke up over and closed over the middle tine of the 2021 bearish Andrews pitchfork, currently at 119.39, and the recent 50% Fibonacci line at 119 3/4. Any further moves higher would be in fairly free territory up to the flatlining medium moving average, currently at 120.45. We still have, though, target X below in the 118.05 area. This is the target for the action so far in 2021, being a halfway hesitation. I mind you think the market came so close to it on Tuesday that you might call it reached, but we'll see. So far today, a rejection of the freedom above and a turnaround in sentiment, it seems. Straight move back below the 50% Fibonacci line and the middle tine as well, looking very much like a possible small pipe top right now. Cable, aka sterling against the US dollar. A third bullish white soldier yesterday and a move up and close over the important combination of the short moving average, currently 139.57, and the more important middle time, currently at 139.67, of the late June to late September 2020 bullish shift pitchfork, though halting before testing the next overhead congestion at 140 even. So far today, a really interesting day. An initial peak over the resistance at 140, but then a volt face and move back down below the middle tine and the short moving average. Now we have limited congestion below at 139.05 and 138.25 before the rising short medium moving average, currently 137.73. What is interesting is that we may have a possible key reversal today, closing below 139.25, and we'd be on for a daily key reversal down. So watch out tonight. Euro sterling. Yet another, the third in a row of indecisive spinning tops yesterday. However, you could also call it an outside day, if only just. The market continues to be very, very hesitant about going lower, even though yesterday provided the second lowest low and only just since February 2020. This continues, I suspect, to be all about how the market approaches the two targets below. Target X2 for the second quarter of 2020 head and shoulders top, that's in the 85.15 area, and target X1 in the 84.75 area, the target for the recent sideways triangle. We've been waiting for a while now. It may be that patience will start to be wearing thin due to the lack of progress. So far today, a nothing, just a little lower of a nothing. All very limited so far. We still haven't as yet breached the low made 2 weeks ago at 85.41, and this may be the fourth consecutive attempt at trying to do that. US dollar against the Indian rupee. A lower, yet still an indecisive spinning top yesterday. But that's not the whole story. Overall, we have overhead the declining partnership of the middle time, currently at 72.89, of the early November 2020 to late January 2021 bearish Andrews pitchfork, and the short medium moving average, currently at 72.97. Meanwhile, below we have the support of the 50% Fibonacci line, the July 2019 to July 2020 move at 72.64. Now, the previous session was an inverted hammer. They are traditionally seen as bullish reversals, but data indicates the opposite. Something like 60 to 70% of the time they are bearish, and I had a suspicion this was one such, which played out in yesterday's action with a dip below the 50% Fibonacci support and the lowest low and low close for 2 weeks. However, the 50% Fibonacci line is also an important reason, is also important for another reason. I mentioned yesterday there was a possibility, now just the possibility, that the action over the last 2 weeks or so may have been a possible descending triangle, with the base of this on that 50% Fibonacci line. It's still too early to say for sure, especially as it looks so high and narrow, but it could very well be that way, so caution. So far today, a reaction back up from the 50% Fibonacci line at 72.64 that's below. An interesting one, enough to look like a possible bullish engulfing pattern right now. US dollar against the Brazilian real. A really interesting gapping lower third bearish black crow yesterday, and a continued suitable follow-on lower from the recent bearish harami. What is more, something that I pointed out on Wednesday, that both Monday's and Tuesday's action together created a 2-day bearish tweezer top, something that could be seen with the aid of Thursday's and yesterday's bearish actions. The market's fall yesterday halted at, and later closed, just above the interesting lesser 38.2% Fibonacci line of the May to June 2020 move. The lesser fib is interesting because it provided the flat trend line necessary for the recent bullish ascending triangle that ultimately provided this week's high at 587.85. One final item, and no lesser a one. The move down yesterday set the scene for a possible weekly key reversal. So if we close tonight below 559.80 or above 569.10, then we'd be on. Anything inside that and would have a lesser outside week. US dollar against the Mexican peso. A third bearish black crow yesterday and a continued more than suitable follow-on lower to the recent bearish engulfing pattern, and also the pipe top as well. Yesterday's action was framed on top by a lesser Fibonacci level at 20.90.39 and below by the combination of the lesser Fibonacci level at 20.60.62, and more importantly the very recent 50% Fibonacci line at 20.58.49. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, we've come close to opening the door to a possible weekly key reversal, but so far we haven't tried opening it properly. So far today, a seeming immediate rejection on the downside of the 50% Fibonacci level below, and a move up towards the lesser Fibonacci level above at 20.90.39, all looking like a possible bullish harami, and even a mini pipe bottom as well. Thank you for listening. This short version broadcast contains essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted with this broadcast. Copyright is Tofpik and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final bit.